Number 3, bid opening for purchase of a rectangular rapid flashing beacon rectangular rapid flashing beacons for the school crossing improvement project.
There we go. Good evening, Mayor Harris, members of the council. All right, so the item before you is regards to our rectangular rapid flashing beacons project, and it falls under the bid opening item. And that's a little misleading because what we have is we've opened the bids, but I'm coming to you tonight basically to reject those bids and then go for another option to sole source. And so what we have going here is I came to you, last year staff was awarded a grant through Fracment, their Blue Sky grant for $80,000 to install these rapid flashing beacons at 8 locations. They're the high intensity flashers when the people push the pedestrian push button. We have a couple locations on Gray Avenue at Forbes, down by the school, and then also on Franklin Road. And so we got a grant for approximately $8,000 for each location, with the city having a match. So we thought the project was going to be about $80,000 based on what it cost us when we installed those other locations. Since then, we went through, we put a project together and we put it out to bid. And when the bids came back, they came in astronomical. And I really think it has to do with just the demand in the construction industry right now with electricians, and then also having that small contractor to mess with the concrete with some of the ADA ramps. And so with it being so far out of budget and just over the cost, I mean, when we called to get a price on the material is this $60,000, $67,000. And so really just to have poles installed and then attach this equipment to the poles, we could do it in-house a lot cheaper than putting it out to bid. And so to move forward with this, I'm recommending that we reject all bids and then allow staff to sole source purchase the equipment that matches the same brand and same equipment that we have at the other areas across town. So when we have failures with a battery or there's different issues with some of the circuit boards, it's not so hard to troubleshoot and complicated to do it. And then over the next year, I'm going to have city street crews basically install them as we can. We'll do some of the work where there's ADA ramps, and then we'll also have the guys install the signage and the solar system and the battery backup. It's not that complicated. And so really that's as simple as the item is before you. And then with that, we're trying to meet the Fracment grant funding deadline. And so we want to move forward with the purchase of the equipment, and then that way we could get reimbursed for those dollars and then give us some time as we move forward. So with that, I'm looking at a total fiscal impact of approximately $110,000 for what it costs for the city crews and then the equipment, with pretty much the only unfunded part being about that $30,000 local match. And with that, I'm recommending items A and B. The item A, resolution rejecting all bids received, and item B, adopting a resolution authorizing the purchase. With that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Any questions?
Through the mayor.
Go ahead.
Mr. Moody, looking at this, these are the lights that are on the poles on the side of the
Correct.
Road, basically. Have we not looked at the lights that are embedded in the concrete, kind of like runway lights that are LEDs? I saw those down at the League of California Cities, and those would definitely get the attention of drivers versus something that's possibly 2 lanes over on the side. Have we looked at those at all?
You know, we have, and we've installed them in the past, and they've kind of been, I guess, phasing out of popularity. We've had some problems with them with, we used to have one across from the school on Gray Avenue, and then there was also one on Butte House Road across from Terrabuena Elementary School. And a lot of times the way the pucks sit down in the ground, the dirt and debris get in there, so they're not as bright. Are they a great option? Yeah, I guess they add to it. They also aren't as readily available to install, because basically you have to cut the road to put the conduit run in, and then you put this hockey puck down in there with more of a dedicated power source. So they're a little more, where these are pretty ready to install. It's a solar panel, a battery, and you could put them up. For those, you're probably talking closer to $20,000. And so it's definitely an option, and it's just how far you want to go and which location, where it's, you could get the radar feedback signs. You got these different, they used to have the circle beacons flash. Now they have these rectangular beacons flash, and they used to have the in-ground lights. And you don't see the in-ground lights as much anymore just because of that. They don't seem to be as effective when they get older and a little dirtier. But we're always open to them, depending on the location.
Okay, the ones I saw, I think they were a new version because I'd had this discussion with our city manager a couple of days ago. It was LEDs. They were brighter than anything I'd ever seen before, and the line that they had to drop the power source was like that wide, just a quick line that went across, and then of course the hockey puck things. I'm just thinking of high visibility for our residents and for our students as they're going to school and traveling across, because I tell you, as I go through town, I see people running red lights, stop signs, rolling through things, something that just helps with visibility. And I want to know if we've even explored it. What can we do to try to make our city safer is really where I'm coming from.
It's great info. I'll look into it and see where we could put them. And these locations were specifically picked because of the mid-block crosswalks, and so we're definitely open to ideas, so we'll look into that.
Okay.
Have you been down to Franklin? Have you been down the Franklin Road and saw that setup? Because it's pretty bright. Even in the daylight, it's pretty bright. So, okay, just. Through the mayor, are we moving forward on this, or?
Well, I'd like to get, let's get public comment, if any, on the matter. All right, we can bring it back for recommendation.
Go ahead, Mark.
I guess it's my night to make the motions, huh?
Or we can hold it off and
No,
then
that's
look
okay.
in the
Through
ground.
the mayor, like to move that we adopt a resolution rejecting all bids received for contract number 18-20 School Crossing Improvements Project in accordance with the Public Contract Code, Section 22038A, and adopt a resolution authorizing the purchase of rectangular rapid flashing beacons with TAPCO of Brown Deer, Wisconsin, at a contract price of $61,075.66, plus an additional contingency of 10% for shipping or additional costs, with the finding that it is in the best interest of the city in accordance with Public Contract Code, Section 22038A2.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.